Okay, guys, it seems my work is never done. So, in the video on how to make your own, do-it-yourself emergency food buckets, I've gotten questions. Some people want to know there's an even easier way. Really tight budget, or some people want to prepare for family, unprepared friends and family, so they can help them out, but don't have that much money. Or some just, hey, look, I'm going to take care of myself first, but I want to have something for them. So I want to go over that. See, what is it, like 1 or 2%, something like that. I figured like maybe say 2% just to, be on the safe side. Round it up a bit. But say 2% of the population are preppers. Then for every 2 families, and that's, benefit of the doubt, but every 2 families, that means there's going to be 98 families that are going to need what you have. And, if it's 1%, well then, that's 99 families out there for every 1 family that need what that family has. Now, what if one of those families are yours? Like your extended family or friends, or maybe even your family. Because for every 1 person that's a prepper, there's 10 people thinking about it. Now, let's say you're a prepper with a tight budget, or you're one of those people thinking about it. Well, here's a way you can do this and not break the bank, right? You have limited funds, or you're only willing to throw so much money into it because you don't really see the need for it, but, hey, just in case, you want to have something. Here are several items you can get at the grocery store. And they're common items that they have a good shelf life. Basically, add water items, much like the emergency food buckets you see on TV, right? And I like that idea myself. So I have a list of items that I think you should look for, and we'll go over it first. Let's go over the items, right? I'm going to leave a list in the description bar. And, I'm sure I'll forget some and I'll add some on there, but dehydrated beans. I've gotten dehydrated beans at Dollar General. I found like a little, in the wintertime, especially in the colder months, I'll have like a bean chili mix or like a soup bean kit. And this little microwavable cup, you just add hot water, microwave it. Those are dehydrated beans at Dollar General. Instant rice. You can get minute rice anywhere, right? Instant noodles. You can find ramen anywhere. Anywhere, man. French's dried onion. Or just dried onion. Here's chopped onion and garlic I got at Dollar Tree. These imitation bacon bits, same thing. Found them at Dollar Tree. Powdered butter like Molly McButter. You can find chicken and fish, salmon. There's different items you can find in Mylar already. There's Sun-Kissed, they make fish and chicken lunch kits. Right? You can buy those, put them aside. The crackers, I guess, you put the Mylar fish or chicken aside, or salmon or whatever. Mylar cheese, or, cheese food or cheese product or whatever. It's not real cheese. But, hey, it's in Mylar. It'll last a good while. And it's better than nothing. I like Velveeta myself, even though it's, it's crap, but I love it. But anyway, you can get dried fruit, powdered milk, instant oatmeal. Right? Flavored or plain. Now, I would say if you want to go a little bit the extra mile, you could cut the plain oats with some flavored oatmeal and some powdered milk. If you can get creative with this if you want to. If you don't care, then just have something there. You got something there. Just that water pancake mix, just that water hot chocolate, instant coffee. Bouillon flavor cubes. Again, the dried chopped onion and garlic. Dried pepper flakes. You get the little packages sometimes with pizza. You can put those aside. Dried fruit, raisins, banana chips, dehydrated snacks like trail mix packages. Right? Or just plain old trail mix in general. Toasted nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds have a lot of nutritional value to them, man. So let's say you wanted to put something aside. All you'd really have to do, if you have limited funds, I'll leave links in the description bar, guys. Get a big old Mylar bag, right? And you would fill this sucker up, right? Because you want to, I guess if you're saving money, you want to conserve it and you just open it up and use it as you go. But in this package right here, to be cheap about it, you could take, you know, a couple bucks aside, $2. I mean, what does a bag of instant rice, minute rice cost? It's like, you know, $2, $1.50 to $2, right? And that's just plain old rice. You can get rice-a-roni, you know, cut it with rice-a-roni or something, whatever. Put some spice in there, whatever you like. But just a big old box of minute rice. I like the medley with wild rice, brown rice, red rice, and quinoa, right? $2. Put a couple bucks aside if you're on a really tight budget. And, you know, say you got 10 bags, you know, $20. You could fill this entire bag, this Mylar bag, with instant rice, right? That's instant survival food. Then, you know, you could take a couple oxygen absorbers and throw them in there. And all you'd need was a hot iron, like, you know, a hair straightening iron or a clothing iron in a metal flat surface, and seal this bag, and that'll last you for a long time, for years. And this is good. You don't want to go with 3.5 mil. It's the cheapest, but it's also the lowest quality Mylar. This is the 5 mil, so I would recommend this guy. Basically, double the shelf life than the 3. But you can go get a couple bucks, $20. You can, you know, maybe 30. I don't see that many going in there, but 20 to 30 bucks, you can fill this entire damn thing with instant rice, right? And that's it. You can probably go to Dollar General. You can get some of those packages, those cups I'm talking about with instant dehydrated beans, and mix that up in here too. Just throw them in there and kind of shuffle it up every now and then. Put a couple boxes of the instant rice, throw a cup or two of the bean, another cup of rice, you know, and then you can just shake it up in there when it's all sealed up. Because the oxygen absorber will take care of it. All the other gases don't matter. The nitrogen and all the other gases won't spoil the food, but the oxygen will. And these, you know, you can get a few online. You know, get 10, get 20. Let's say you're not going to go very much. Get 20 of these bags. And some oxygen absorbers, right? You could get a couple boxes of instant potatoes, right? Scallop potatoes. Make a mixture. Hungry Jack right here. Instant potatoes with, you know, throw them in. Fill this bag full. Hot iron it shut. I like Harmony House. Say you want to go that route. Buy the big old bulk box of dehydrated beans. You could fill up several of these. Several. Seal them up with an oxygen absorber. That will last you for a long time. You know, a couple of these, maybe 2, maybe 3. I'd say probably, you know, 2 of those. Or maybe 1.5, 2 of the instant oatmeal. Right? Seal it up. And if something happened, you have something. Right? All you would have to do, if, let's say you have limited funds, or you don't want to put much money into it, or you want to have something for family, let's say you're close, like one prepper that contacted, you know, one of my subs, I think, and I think they're a sub, but I know they responded, and they're like, oh yeah, my family are close by, they live close by, they know what he does, you know, so he wants to have something for him. You know, you can take instant pancakes, you know, fill this sucker up with it, man. And that's all it would take. Go get a 5-gallon bucket or some sort of bucket, right? And put it aside. That's all it would really take. Not very much money. Lots of these items you can get in the grocery store. I'll leave a link in the description bar. And you can either go with the Mylar, or if you want to make, you know, even less, want to do even less than that, right? Like these Hungry Jacks, they're probably, actually these are filled pretty high, but let's say like the mac and cheese is probably like halfway filled. You got a big old spice packet in there, the cheese packet, right? Or the what's another one? Like the instant rice. They're probably halfway filled, maybe a little more than that. If you want to have even less to deal with, you know, you don't want to touch it that much, you could at least get a couple boxes of minute rice. Open them up, pour them all into one, tape that shut, and put it into a 5-gallon bucket. It's got a decent shelf life as is, right? It'll last you for, I'd say that, you know, it lasts you a while. And, you know, personally, I would say a bit after the expiration date. Me personally, you know, I would use it, you know, instant rice, I don't care that much. I mean, regular rice, it'll last a good while, right, on its own. Cooked, dehydrated, I assume that have a long shelf life, just as long or maybe longer, right? But if that's the extent of it, you know, change it off every so often. Every now and then, you know what, I'm going to make some rice today, and you go into that 5-gallon bucket, and you swap it out, right? For $4, I mean, that'd be basically one that you doubled up, and you sealed it up, and you threw it in a 5-gallon bucket, maybe 2 5-gallon buckets, and that'd be the extent of your involvement for prepping. Because for every, like I said, every person that's prepping, there's 10 people thinking about it. Let's say you have limited funds. Let's say you want to do something, you want to do something, but you don't want to put too much money into it, or you're a prepper and you want to have something aside for family. Now, be careful, you know, if things are that bad and you're handing out food, you're a target. So make sure you can trust them first off. And that's all it really takes. But really, think about it, guys. Seriously, right? Mylar. It's pretty cheap, right? And oxygen absorbers, you can get these online very easily. I'll leave a link in the description bar to this stuff. And, I mean, you could fill this up with instant rice. You know, cut it with some dehydrated beans, you know. Throw some red pepper flakes, crushed pepper flakes in there. You can find that anywhere, right? You can mix it up. Macaroni and cheese, right? You can throw several of those. Dump it in there, throw the mixes, you know. You can worry about that later. You'd have something, right? The tuna helpers, a good option for that. Get freezer bags. The cheaper the better. And you could, basically, if you open that box, the pasta just sitting there with a spice packet. So you could cut out the cooking instructions, throw them in a bag, in the freezer bag, good thick bag, right? Throw the pasta, throw the seasoning, and that take up much less room, and put stuff like that in a 5-gallon bucket. If that's going to be the extent of it, so be it. You have something, right? And go through it once a year. Every year, you know, you start swapping it out, you know, or you fill up a new bucket, and then you fill the new bucket, you put it in the closet, take the old one out, and, you know, put the stuff in the kitchen and use it. Just rotate it out and make it, you know, part of your routine, man. And it could be done, and it doesn't take a lot of money. Just a little bit, you know, little effort. A little bit of money, a little bit of effort. That's all it really takes to be somewhat prepared, guys. And if that's the extent of it, you'll be much better off than the people around you. Like I said, in Venezuela, they were so hungry they were eating their own pets. You know, they broke into the zoo and ate the animals. I mean, that's starvation, man. And you know, it's better to have something than not. Of course, it wouldn't last you that long. And if you do want to start building up reserves, again, I highly recommend the Mylar and the oxygen absorbers. Take instant cook items you can make. You can find at the grocery store. Little cooking smells, little trash. You know, limited water usage. When rehydrating, you have meals ready to go in no time for you and your family. Anyway, I hope this helps out. Again, you know, simple items, a 5-gallon bucket, you know, freezer or Mylar bags, and there you go. Mylar would, you know, last 5 years at least in Mylar if you seal it right. Or just throw it in a 5-gallon bucket and you got, you know, probably a year or two shelf life on that, just as is, right? Like I said, a little bit of money, a little bit of effort. That's all it would really take, guys. Anyway, hopefully this helps. Y'all have a good one, guys. I'm out.